Assalamu alaikum dear students. Yesterday we studied what are gas laws. We studied measurable properties of gases. Among measurable properties we discussed four measurable properties: volume, temperature, pressure and number of moles. Then we took the gas laws. What are gas laws? I gave the definition of gas laws. What is the need of gas laws? Then in the gas laws we took the first gas law, that is Boyle's law. We took its statement. Its statement was that pressure and temperature remaining constant and the pressure of a given mass of a gas varies inversely with that of its volume, right? Then I had the graphical representation of Boyle's law where we plotted pressure along y-axis and volume along x-axis. Let us suppose the pressure is in terms of bar, and let us suppose the volume is in terms of decimeter cube, and we had the curve of this very type, rectangular hyperbola. I already told this. So what is happening over here? Let us suppose this is the volume V1 and this is the volume V2. The corresponding pressures will be P1 and here it will be P2, right? So what we notice in this graph is that at lower pressure, that means in this direction I am increasing the pressure, in this direction there is an increase in the volume. So this P2 the value of P2 is lower than that of P1. So increase in pressure. So at P2, which is a lower value of pressure, we have the volume V2. So if I am increasing the pressure, what is happening to volume? Volume decreases. That means in this graph P1 is higher than P2. The magnitude of P1 is higher than that of P2, and we have an inverse relationship over here. The magnitude of V2 is greater than that of V1. ठीक है ना? So what does it indicate? That means in this direction, once I have the value of pressure as P2, the volume is V2. Let us suppose that it's 1 decimeter cube, right? Let us suppose that it is 0.5 decimeter cube. ठीक है ना? Let us suppose it is 1 bar, and let us suppose that it's 2 bars, right? So once the pressure is P2, that means 1 bar, the volume is 1 decimeter cube. I am increasing pressure from 1 bar to 2 bars, the volume gets decreased from 1 decimeter cube to 0.5 decimeter cube. That means an increase in pressure leads to a corresponding decrease in volume, or an increase in volume leads to a corresponding decrease in pressure. So I can say there is an inverse relationship between pressure and volume once the temperature and number of moles of a gaseous sample are kept constant. So this is what is the crux of Boyle's law. In Boyle's law, we say that once the temperature of a system, of a gaseous system, is kept constant and we have a fixed amount of that gas which is under observation, the pressure has an inverse relationship with that of volume. If we increase pressure, there is a corresponding decrease in volume, or if we decrease volume, if we decrease pressure, there is a corresponding increase in that of volume. So they share an inverse relationship. So then I removed the proportionality. I introduced the constant P is equal to K by V, or PV is equivalent to K. So these are different equations which we arrived yesterday for Boyle's law. Today we will explain the graphical representation in terms of Boyle's. We will represent Boyle's law in terms of P versus V at different temperatures. We will also have a look at the various types of graphs of P versus 1 by V, and then we will study those graphs also at different temperatures. So let's move on. This was yesterday's lecture. If I summarize it, Boyle's law simply states temperature remaining constant, the pressure or the volume of a gas varies inversely with that of pressure. Remember, the amount of the gas has to be kept constant in addition to temperature remaining constant. So P varies inversely with that of volume. or P is equal to K by V, where K is the proportionality constant. We also said that K, it depends upon the temperature, it depends upon the number of moles of the sample, it also depends upon the units chosen for P and V. So we can write it PV is equivalent to K. K मैंने बोला आपको K is equal to nRT, because PV is equal to nRT. PV is equivalent to nRT, ideal gas equation. If we have here in this Boyle's law, we have PV is equal to K. So can we write K is equivalent to nRT? So from this equation, that means this proportionality constant which comes in Boyle's law, it depends on the number of moles of the gaseous sample, it depends on the temperature. Universal gas constant dependence doesn't matter because it's having the same value for all the gases. In addition to this, it also depends upon, because K is directly related to volume and pressure, its value will also depend upon the units chosen for the expression of pressure and volume. So today we will look at different types of graphs and their interpretations. Remember, these graphs are of very vital importance as far as competitive exams are concerned, be it NEET, JEE or higher exams concerned with higher studies. Now if we look at the graph, now if we look at yesterday's type of graph where we had P versus V, right? This is the origin. Let us again suppose that the pressure is expressed in terms of bars, and we have volume in terms of decimeter cubes, right? Now we had the curve of this very type. If we have three different types of curves like these, okay, these three different types of curves will be obtained at different temperatures. Remember, this curve is at one temperature, this curve will be at another temperature, and this curve will be at different temperature than the other two types of curves. So getting a curve, for example, earlier we had only this type of in the simplest form we showed you one type of only one curve at a particular temperature. Let us suppose that this is at temperature T1, this is at temperature T2, and this is at temperature T3. That means if the Boyle's law is taken at a temperature T1, the curve will be of this very type. That means pressure will vary inversely with that of volume. Again, at temperature T2, if I am carrying out another experiment at temperature T2 for the same amount of gas, remember the amount of gas has to be fixed for all the three types of curves. This is graphical, we are discussing graphical representation of Boyle's law at different temperatures, but keeping the amount of the gaseous sample constant. That means now the third variable that comes into frame, that is temperature. Earlier the two variables which were concerned with that of Boyle's law were pressure and volume. We kept temperature and pressure number of moles constant. Now what we do in this case is that we keep number of moles constant and we study Boyle's law at different temperatures. At temperature T1 we will get a curve of this type. That means Boyle's law will be operative over here because it's at temperature T1, it's a Boyle's law. This is first type of Boyle's law curve, this is second type of Boyle's law curve, this is third type of Boyle's law curve. Because for three different types of curves we have three different temperatures. It will be isothermal, it will be at constant temperature at T1. This is a separate curve, and this is again Boyle's law at temperature T2. This is a third curve which is at different temperature than that of the earlier temperature, so it is also applicable to Boyle's law. Now we have to study which of the three temperatures is higher. That means which of the three temperatures, is it T1 equal to T2 is equal to T3, because we know that Boyle's law states that at constant temperature for a given amount of a gas, the pressure varies inversely with that of volume. So looking from a layman perspective point of view, we can say T1 should be equivalent to T2 should be equivalent to T3. But is it so, or is it T1 greater than T2 greater than T3, or is it T1 lesser than T2 lesser than T3? We will look what type of relation these three temperatures have among themselves once we take Boyle's law or its equation into consideration. मैंने आपको बोला yesterday we studied PV is equivalent to nRT, right? PV is equivalent to nRT. So can I write, so here will be, if I draw a line like this, let us suppose I draw a line like this, that means I am keeping pressure constant. That is, let us suppose I denote this as P1, right? So this will be V1. This is very important. This graph is very important. V2, and this one will be V3. What does it indicate? That means if I keep the pressure constant, I am varying what? Now I am varying temperature. What is happening? In the first type, at the temperature T1, I am having the volume V1. At temperature T2, I am having the volume V2. At temperature T3, I am having, once the pressure is P1 and the temperature is T1, I am having volume V1. Once the temperature is T2 and we have volume V2, pressure is constant, that is P1. Once the temperature again, once the pressure is P1 and the temperature is T3, I am having the volume V3. I will repeat. I am keeping pressure constant. So it intersects curve T1, T2 and T3 at volumes V1, V2 and V3 respectively. That means once the pressure is P1 at temperature T1, we have gaseous sample at volume V1. Once again the pressure is P1, that means I am keeping the pressure fixed. Just I am varying, and the temperature is T2, I get a volume V2. And likewise, keeping the pressure same, that is P1, I am increasing the, I am changing the temperature. Let us suppose that is to be T3, and I am getting a volume V3. Now I have to see which of the, I am having a corresponding increase, keeping pressure fixed, and changing the temperature from T1 to T2 to T3. I am having a corresponding increase in the volumes from V1 to V2 to V3. Now I have to see whether it's T1 equal to T2 is equal to T3, or T1 greater than T2 greater than T3, or T1 lesser than T2 lesser than T3. Now as we know that we have this very equation which we arrived at yesterday. Can I write it like now? For first case, that means this one, P fixed for all the three, P1 V1 is equivalent to nR T1. P2, sorry, it's not P2, it's P1, huh? It's P1 V2 is equivalent to nR T2. That means pressure constant, temperature at temperature T2, I am getting a volume V2, right? Number of moles fixed, R is a universal gas constant. Again, P V3 is equivalent to nR T3. Getting this? So if I rearrange this equation, if I rearrange all the three equations, right? So can I write it? T1 is equivalent to P1 V1 divided by nR. P1 V1 divided by nR. So again T2 will be equivalent to P1 V2 divided by nR. Likewise T3 will be equivalent to P1 V3 divided by nR. Am I right? Yes. So I can write it now. Since this is constant, and this is constant. Getting it? Pressure is constant, number of moles is constant, and R is constant. At temperature T1 I am getting a volume V1. So can I write T1 is directly proportional to, because these will be constant, so they will be introducing into the proportionality constant. Or can I write it like this for simplicity? T1 is equal to K, it's fixed for all the three. It's fixed for all the three. So it will be K V1. T2 will be again equal to K V3, and T3 will be equivalent to K, it's V2 over here, K V3, right? Or I can say T1 is directly proportional to V1, T2 is directly proportional to V2, or T3 is directly proportional to V3. Now looking at the magnitudes, which of the three is higher? It is V3 is higher. than that of V2. V2 in turn is higher than that of V1. So in turn we can say that T1 is having a lower magnitude as compared to that of T2. T2 is having a lower value as compared to that of T3. Or in crux we can say that the temperatures, it is T3 greater than T2 greater than T1. So this is very important. From competitive exam point of view, this is a very important. If we have a multiple number of curves between P and V having at different temperatures, the curve that is at highest position will be at higher temperature, and the curve that is at lowest position will be at lower temperature. So this is the graphical representation of Boyle's law in terms of plots of P and V at different temperatures. Now after this we have another, these graphs are of very important. These graphs are of very importance as far as competitive exams point of view is concerned. I have repeatedly told you that this is this Boyle's law at different temperatures. Now but you have to remember one thing in mind, that the number of moles have to be kept fixed. This is Boyle's law at temperature T1, this is Boyle's law at temperature T2, this is Boyle's law at temperature T3, and because we are keeping the number of moles fixed, we have to show the relationship between different temperatures, and the relationship that we arrive at, it's T3 greater than T2 greater than T1. Now we will plot another type of graph, and that is P versus 1 by V. Before taking P versus 1 by V, if we know equations of straight line, y is equal to mx, another is y is equal to mx plus c. These are the equations of straight line. This is the equation of straight line.